All right, what's going on, guys? T Torres back here for another video. So I've had this injection pump from Benz Injections for a long time. Finally had some free time. So this is the 8 mil. I'm gonna screw this name up. Maya pump with the 8 mil setup from Benz Injections, as you can see here. And then with that, I've got the cam locking pin that he provides. I've got the vacuum pump gasket and the fuel pump gasket itself. So, and then it comes with the supplied O-ring that you're going to need as well. And if you're interested in getting any of these parts from Benz Injection, like always, we'll have a link down in the description. So just to show you off top, we took the intake off and we kind of plugged it off with just some shop towels. We're going to remove this section here. We'll have to set the engine to top dead center. We'll go 10 degrees, etc., etc. So as we go, I'll show you guys how to do it. We've never done this before, so we guys are going to be doing this together for the first time. Also, if you're new here, we have the HX35 12 centimeter. So it doesn't make boost until like a higher RPM. So we're going to give it some more fuel and hopefully roll some coal. I got an extra hood. So we are going to be hood stacking this with a tractor flap. So that's awesome. So make sure you hit the subscribe button for that. All right. So just to catch you guys up, we broke loose the banjo bolt down there. We got these hard lines here. We took off the PCV, the crankcase vent, and we loosened up those lines so we can get those out of the way. And then there's a little tie down bracket piece here, 10 millimeter, take that loose. I believe the banjo bolt was a 15, 14.
It's up here.
It don't. Yeah, it's 14 mil. Got these two bolts loose on the fuel filter, and then
these are also 14s.
Yep, and then 14 on the top of those lines. All right, in order to pull the lift pump over here on this side, two 10 millimeter bolts. We used a stubby, and just be aware, it is gonna leak a little bit of oil. All right, so just to catch you guys up where we're at, we have the lift pump off here with the fuel filter. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work on removing the injection pump, setting the motor to top dead center. What else?
So basically, next step's gonna be unbolt here, and then we're gonna take the tensioners all right off, and then we'll catch you up when we get there. But then it's gonna be taking off this vacuum housing, loosening up the timing nut, and then setting the motor to top dead. And there's an inspection port window here for this. We'll get to that when we get there.
And then make sure you guys have another gasket for your lift pump like I did. I got it from Rock Auto, and then I also have the vacuum pump gasket as well. All right, so here's where we're at. We removed a lot of stuff thinking we would have to remove the entire radiator. We drained the radiator. That clutch fan down there is a, was it 7 millimeter in there? 8 millimeter. And then we literally just have an Allen key down there to keep the clutch fan from spinning. But yeah, we took off a bunch of stuff. Not sure if it's
loosening up the radiator and taking off the fan shroud did give us a lot more
room. But you see where his hand is in regards to where the radiator is. That definitely gave us a lot more room. So we've been working at this for about an hour or so. So onward we go. That is your clutch fan bolt, and that was a 8 mil. Got it.
So basically, back here on the backside, you'll see a bunch of little holes on the backside of the fan clutch. There's one hole that's slightly bigger than the rest. A 5 mil Allen fits in there, and then just wedge it. It'll stop on this little ridge, and then
we got cheater pipe, and then
cheater pipe.
Able to break it loose when that's the bolt for the clutch fan, 8 millimeter. Okay, so right where Connor's at, you're gonna need a big boy 17 millimeter Allen socket. It's a massive set. Like I said, I just went to the local parts store and got a 17 millimeter, and it'll loosen up everything over there on that side of where all the tensioners are and stuff. And you should already have these loose by now. all the bolts that are going around the vacuum pump are a 5mm. You want to go ahead and loosen those, and then we'll take the vacuum pump out. And then, like I said, don't reuse that gasket. That's why you have a new one. All right, Connor's working on the last bolt, but there will be 7 bolts in total for the vacuum pump. All right, so the line that goes to the vacuum pump, we use a 3/4, got that off, and then I stand corrected. There is 1, 2, 3. There's only 6 bolts, and then here's the vacuum pump gasket itself, and then this is where we're at. All right, so down there, inside here, that is a 17mm reverse threaded. You're gonna back it out a little bit, and then you're gonna run it back just snug.
Just use your hands when you're running it back in. So obviously right's loosening, and then you're gonna just run it back in, turning it counterclockwise until it stops, and then you're done.
All right, next piece of the puzzle, remove that 17mm bolt right here. All right, so we have the engine at top dead center. To make sure you're on the right stroke, you wanna make sure the valves are down. It's 1 inch and 1/16. We got our inspection hole on the pump timed, and we're 10 degrees down here as well. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these, I think they're 13mm bolts, and then we'll get all this stuff out. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. The factory injection pump is out. Remember, your nut down here is reverse threaded, so you're gonna turn it clockwise. It's gonna be covered in oil. Don't worry about that. Are we stuck on something?
Yeah, that line.
All right, ejection pump is out. Don't forget to undo your cable cord here, and then make sure you do what I did and get oil all over the floor. So on the new injection pump, we're gonna take this plate cover off of the old injection pump, put it on the new one, and then yeah, we're 1 step closer to having this 8mm Maya, however you say it, with the 8mm elements on this bad boy. All right, don't forget to remove this ring. Ours was actually stuck on there, so we peeled it off, and we put some rags around this where the pump goes, and we have a plastic razor blade, and we're just scraping that mating surface. And like I said, we're one more step closer to putting this 8mm injection pump in. All right, so the next step, we're gonna lock this cam gear into position. What we did was we just took a bunch of shop rags, just triple, quadrupled it over, spun this cam gear until our inspection hole here got in the center, and then this will run. No, yeah, take it back out.
No, that's fine. It's not going to move.
Well, I didn't really want to take it back out.
Oh.
It's foolproof. So you see the line that way running left to right, and then you just literally set that on there. Okay, and then spin that puppy down, and then now you have the pump. The pump is locked on this timing right here. So now it's time to get the pump back onto the car. We have our new vacuum gasket, our new lift pump gasket, and then like I showed you, we took a plastic. I don't remember if we went over this or not, but we took a plastic razor blade and got this surface all nice and clean. Okay, so I took the O-ring that Benz Injection supplied, and we have it on the pump here. It sits nice and flush in that channel, and then yeah, we're gonna get ready to obviously I can't film and show you guys us putting the pump in.
Just make sure, one little tip is the main bolts for it, just go ahead and put them in, but don't push them all the way in, obviously.
And those are 13mm?
Yeah, 13, and then that way you can just start to thread it in and then cap the back.
And then since, we have him and I, he'll hold the pump, I'll guide this in, boom, bada bang, we'll have this thing done in about 12 seconds. All right, so we have our injection pump sat in. Stick your finger somewhat in the hole, and you can feel the gear line up. This little guy right here is gonna adjust the pump left and right. And we got it as straight as we possibly can without the bolt riding on the top of the pump here. So we're gonna get all 3 of those 13mm tightened up. And
also,
what's up?
So also, right where this bolt goes on the casing, there's actually a slotted groove inside this cast. for the
Oh yeah,
lip
there's
of
a
this
channel
to
of
sit.
those two to
Yeah.
sit in. Yep.
Yep.
Good idea, or good note there. So when we initially had ours set, the pump was tilted more towards the driver's tire, and then we got it set just what we think is how it should be. Okay, so just to catch you guys up, we have our vacuum pump. We cleaned the surface here, got our new gasket here. We got our injection pump on, got it timed. Still top dead center. We're gonna put our vacuum pump back on. And yeah, what's next after that?
Basically start the assembly.
Yeah, fuel filter, all that good stuff, do everything in reverse, blase, blase, blase. We did have to remove this pump once or twice to redo top dead center, etc., etc. But once you have that locking key in, it'll keep your top dead center. We had just messed with the
Micro adjustment.
the micro adjustment over here, like going up and down, and I kind of wanted this pump to be a little bit straight, exactly where it's at now. We fit the lines up and everything works out good. So
remember what he said, like you shouldn't have to move it.
yeah, right, you shouldn't have to move it at all. So I'm gonna get the vacuum pump on and then we'll go from there. Okay, one little side note, make sure you remove this gasket off. Mine was brittle and broke off in pieces, and I just used a plastic razor blade, and then I'm gonna take some brake parts cleaner and clean this surface off. All right, so we've done a lot since the last video. Fuel filter, everything's back on. The coolant's back in, fans, the clutch, all that stuff. Yeah, we got carried away. We're getting, everything's back on. This runner's back on. Everything's back in. The 4-bar map sensor's back in. So we're gonna do a couple key cranks, let the fuel system prime itself, and then fingers crossed. Something weird happened. Whenever we were moving the car out of the driveway into the garage, I had no throttle, so that was weird. I don't know about that, but it's been a long day, so fingers crossed. Hopefully this goes well. All right, here's the first start. Hopefully of the 8 mil injection pump.
Yeah, watch the hood right there.
Running. We're going to I'm gonna let it sit here and idle, warm up real quick, and then everything seems to be performing as is, so we're gonna let it warm up for a little bit, check everything over for leaks, etc. Okay, so right off the rip, I will tell you right now, this car has never revved so smoothly and freely. So I'm excited to go take it for a test ride. Yeah, it's never took the pedal nice and smooth like that. The RPMs were super nice. Yeah, we're gonna go take it for a ride around the block and see what happens. All right, let's see if our hard work pays off. Let's see if this thing rolls cold, baby. Go. Oh yeah, mission success. That is on such a light load too. We're not even, that's low boost. He's got to hit it again. All right, sorry for the frogs in the background. So we went for a little about 10-15 minute test ride, and I'll tell you right off the bat, like I said in the last clip, the vehicle idles better. It revs out so much better. Being that we have the HX35 12 centimeter, this bigger injection pump with the 8 mil elements is, you know, it was laggy before, but now we're delivering the fuel and she's getting up there and it gets the job done. And it rolls coal. That's all I wanted. I cannot wait to hood stack this this piece of junk, but I love this piece of junk. We're gonna hood stack it, put a tractor flap on it, and then we had a burp the coolant system, and one of the return lines had split, and we had just changed that when we were going on down the road. But big shout out to Cole. If you're watching this video, thank you for taking the time and always telling me how to do things the way you've done it. And then a big shout out to Shane at Benz Injection. If you guys are interested in any of his stuff, like always, I have a link down in the description. The next thing is probably going to be crank pin mod, which we have already, and then we're going to do the valve springs, and then we'll see how happy the transmission is for after all that stuff's done. And then I have the glow shift, boost gauge, EGT, and oil pressure all going in. So if you're new here, or if you have any questions about your EDC pump install, leave a comment on this video. Leave this video a big thumbs up, please. It really helps get my videos out to suggested viewers and new viewers. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to drive this thing, man. I'm excited to get up in the morning and go drive this thing. Peace.